Rob, Kerri and Joel. A bit of a different QBL shoot around this weekend. We've had the Basketball Queensland annual conference, and we thought we'd catch up with three of our award-winning administrators, as it is, with Joel winning the Administrator of the Year award, Bundaberg Basketball taking out Small Association of the Year, and Southwest Metro winning Large Association of the Year. So we'd just like to talk to you guys about how QBL influences and I guess helps develop your association. So Joel, as administrator, as administrator of the year, I mean, you had to juggle two roles, being general manager at the time and also coaching the men's team. How did you juggle those two roles, you know, in a very busy environment?
Yeah, look, it's a bit of a challenge, but I guess we're really fortunate in Mackay. We've got, you know, tremendous volunteers that make my life a lot easier. You know, the QBL program for us there is a big part of what we do. You know, in particular, it's a great night out in Mackay, and the entertainment is a big part of what we try and sell. And you know, regardless of the game and the standard of the game, and I guess the excitement of the game, we try and put on a product that people want to come back to. So, you know, for us, it's a huge part of what we do, and you know, we're pretty proud of the product that we're able to you know, bring to the stadium.
What is it that you love most about QBL?
I think it's the atmosphere. I think, you know, there's so many good rivalries throughout the league. I think, you know, for us in particular, Rockhampton, Townsville, you know, down south, I know these guys have, you know, their rivalries as well. And I think, you know, they've been built up over 20, 25 years, that competitiveness and that history. And I think that's, you know, great that tradition lives on, you know, today. So, you know, those games are fierce and intense, and the level of basketball this year in particular is probably better than it's been in a long time. So it's great for all of us.
Rob, as Large Association of the Year at Southwest Metro, I mean, your program's gone from strength to strength in the last couple of years. What impact does it have on the rest of the association?
I think the growth of our association is largely attributed to the effort we put in at the grassroots level, and having both the Aussie Hoops program and our juniors coming along and supporting our QBL players, because they can see that the pathways there for them to achieve that, and we've done that year after year. But even this year particularly, we've got a lot of juniors that have come through the ranks in both the men's and women's, and they're certainly combining with some extra players we've been able to bring in from the US. They've filled the roles that we couldn't provide ourselves, and I think those participants, you just go to the games and you see all the kids at the end of the court and yelling and cheering for their heroes, and after the game signing autographs, and that's really a big part of the atmosphere that's really positive.
I mean, all three of your associations have pretty prominent, I guess, correlations with your QBL programs and your junior programs, particularly Aussie Hoops and So You Think You Can Play. Do you feel there is that sort of hero mentality when it comes to the QBL players and the little kids?
Definitely. Can I just tell a story there, Lauren? I went to one of the schools the other day in Year 2 class. The principal says to me, he said he showed a picture of Barack Obama. 3 kids knew who it was. The whole class knew who Shaq was.
Brilliant. So Kerri, we've both spoke about to Joel and Rob about the impact. So with Bundy, I mean, it's a very close-knit association. How much has that following grown over the past few years with the QBL?
Huge. We are a very close-knit community. We're a small community, so we won't pull in the crowds that a lot of the bigger associations do, but we can't fit any more in. So, and we can't have them swinging off the ceiling like Mackay and Rocky and sitting on the benches. But we have a great night. It's all about fun.
What are some key things that really drive that entertainment factor for a QBL game?
Players, obviously, like the players' personalities, the work they do during the week in the community, at the schools. They're so accessible. Basically, if you're not accessible and don't want to have fun in Bundy, don't come. That really makes that people want to come. They're lining up an hour beforehand. They want to get in. They want to have a good time. They want to dance and sing. And yeah, the school board's there. But, you know, doesn't really run.
And I mean, QBL, you know, there's always talk of rivalries between different areas and that sort of thing. But for each of you, which is the game that you most look forward to?
Rocky. No, I don't want to say. I don't want to say Rocky.
I'm probably going to say that for this year, Southwest versus Logan, I think was going to be a significant game for us. They haven't been in the comp for a number of years, and they're just down the road, so their supporters and even their players that have played sometimes in Southwest and now back at Logan, I think that's going to be a really big one. And we're actually going to make that a charity game that night, and we've got a very worthy beneficiary of a cancer sufferer that set up a foundation. And so we're certainly going to be utilising that, and we're already talking with them about how we can make the best of that night. So Logan's going to be a very emotional night, but it's also going to have a lot of rivalry between the two local associations on the south side of Brisbane.
In terms of the rivalry, like how much do you sort of buy into it and play off at Bundy? I know I've seen Bundy girls in action, you know, cheering on the side. I don't know. But you have that really fierce competitiveness and that love for the sport and for the team.
And we do, and we love to hate for 40 minutes, but afterwards the thing I love is every player comes up and they go, you might have been cheeky, but it was fun.
Yeah.
You know, it never gets beyond that. Well, and that's what I love. You know, we always shake hands, you have a chat during the week, you might talk at the conference, players all love it, and, 40 minutes we don't like each other, like I said, but after that.
Yeah, no, look, definitely. I think, especially on the men's side, we've battled in a few finals over the last, few years, so that's really probably intensified everything. And then last year in particular with the women's grand final being Mackay and Rocky as well was, it's kind of grown it a bit more as well. So it's one of those ones, I think both associations strive on that, like for some reason it's just, they love to hate each other. I think it's really healthy for the league, and it's great, when you walk in as an opposition coach in particular to that venue, and you hear it from the spectators and the crowd, and I think it's all part of the environment, part of the fun, and our environment's a challenging place for teams to play as well, and that's what you want, when you've got a home court like that, it makes it tough for opposition teams to win, and you want to try and protect your home court when you play there, so it's good.